Session, Mayor and City Council meeting, 4 p.m. Kind of. Wednesday, September 18, 2019, City Hall Complex. I call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Madam Clerk, will you please?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. If you only know how proud I am when I do the Pledge of Allegiance. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You're a good Republican, not like some of the people we know.
I do it every day at 7:30 in the morning. And I say, God bless America. I think we should start doing that.
Yes, I think.
I will too, but with the exception of we have one member of this council that's a snowflake.
No, snowflake is. Everyone should receive an 8 o'clock call to pledge allegiance together.
Let's see, we'll make a motion of that. No, later on. Okay, members of the City Council. Number 3, orders. Consideration possible action of order 2019-09-056. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay, discussion.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead,
I
Councilman.
just want to make sure on this contract, which I'm very supportive of, I just want to make sure we're clear on Article number 5. On those payouts, the amounts, Mr. Kissinger, do you have the amounts?
Yes, sir, I do.
And what are they if there's termination before the 21-month period?
Yeah, if it's, the contract reads that there's a termination prior to the 21 months, you would be receiving a payout of 13 pay periods,
Right.
which with the EREs he would receive $60,000, but the city would actually be paying out $64,590, sir.
And that is with,
That's including what the city would pay FICA and Medicare
Right.
for that payout.
the fringe benefits.
Yes, sir.
And if it is after the 21-month period, he gets 6.5 pay periods.
That is correct, or the amount is $30,000. The total cost to the city with EREs would be $32,295. I need to clarify that in the contract, he's also entitled to all the benefits, the personnel manual. So if that were the case, we would also be paying out all of his vacation time at his hourly rate.
Right.
And we would be paying out his sick at the adjusted rate. I forget the percentage. I think it's up to 25%. Is it, Carmen? With the years of service? Depends on years of service, but
it's all the fringe, it's all the benefits.
Correct.
He's entitled to get to the end of the period.
that's
Right.
correct.
I understand that.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that it's a little different, the contract. I like this contract better than the previous contract. So I just wanted to make sure that there was clarity on that subject. The rest of it is fine with me, and welcome aboard to Mr. Massey.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
And if I can, there's a material change to the contract that I sent Mayor and Council on Monday, and that would be under Section 6. We added another paragraph to Section 6, and basically what it says there is that Mr. Massey would be entitled to 3 months severance pay if you don't renew his contract at the end of the term of the contract. However, if you notify Mr. Massey 6 months prior to the end of this contract, he would not be entitled to those 3 months severance pay. That's the material change in the contract that I sent you on Monday. I've shown that change to Mr. Massey, and he's in the audience, but he agreed to the change.
That's good.
Yes. Is that it, Councilman?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just have one question. Mr. Messi, will you on the podium, sir?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Put your microphone so they can
Oh,
hear you.
Jesus. Hey, yours too. I'm sorry about that. Doesn't
I want
matter.
to make sure the audience can,
Oh, they'll hear it. They'll hear it.
no, the people on the.
I know, I'm just joking. Mr. Massey, on the non-exclusivity, it states, who may engage, Mr. Massey, who may engage in the practice of law outside of this agreement so long as such practice is outside the confines of the office of the city attorney. Could you explain that to me?
Yes, I just have one case that I'm still working on. It would not be involved in this, involved in the city or involved in the city's office. And so that, when that case is over, I don't anticipate ever having any other outside activity, so.
You and I talked about that case.
Yes.
And I just want to make sure that everybody else heard about it.
Okay.
So that down the road, we wouldn't have any problems with that, and I understand.
Okay,
I
very good.
totally understand about that. And before we make a decision on this contract and everything, Mr. Massey, I just want to say that I want to thank you very much for accepting. And you've done a great job up to now as city attorney, deputy city attorney, since I've known you. And that's the reason that I made the motion at the time that we did, and I'm glad that the members of the city council unanimously decided to bring you on board, and I think we made a great decision. So,
Thank you.
you're going to do a great job, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Request a roll call vote.
Yes. Was Letty?
Yes,
Okay, was that with Hector or Mr. Borges?
Aye.
Mr. Mendes,
Aye.
Mr. Barona,
Aye.
Mr. Navarro,
Aye.
Mr. Rojas,
Aye.
Ms. Rivera,
Yes.
Mayor,
Aye. All in favor signify by saying aye again. Okay.
That's all right.
Yes, go ahead.
So, Ms. Ray, I don't know if you want to do this after the meeting's over, but I think the clerk is ready to swear him in if you want to do that
Yeah,
now.
he's going to be sworn in by the clerk. So let's do it now before we adjourn. Mr. Massey? Madam Clerk?
Mrs. Massey, you should accompany him.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Positive, positive.
Sure.
You could like renew your vows too.
If
If you wanted to.
you want to get la miro
I do.
You want me to read?
Mayor, you should be
You
done.
should go there.
I, Michael Massey, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of city attorney in and for the city of Nogales, state of Arizona, according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Mike, congratulations.
Yeah, we can do the
Doing a lot of good
All right. Okay,
you,
now
Mike.
you,
You can sit here for adjournment.
now you can sit here and sign it.
one you'd like to do.
Sign that right away.
Mayor, they also canceled the Republican primaries for the state of Arizona. They don't want the people to vote because they don't want to know the truth.
Boy, there's a lot of stuff happening.
I know.
Drugs will kill you.
Armin, thank you for doing
You
that.
can happen with bad drugs.
So, Messi, you don't want to sit down for the adjournment?
Would you like me to?
Yes, sir. This way you'll be sitting down when we adjourn your meeting.
Make it official.
Yes, sir. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn? This time I'm doing it the right way.
I request we make it a city manager, not deputy city manager, sign, Mr.
The
Messi.
nameplate.
Nameplate, oh,
Yes.
okay, do I have a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
A second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Oh, yeah.